The night of my bar mitzvah, I had my first professional gig. I had my bar mitzvah during the day. I was more excited to play my first professional gig that night. My name is Mark Schulman. I'm a drummer. I've been touring for 32 years, and I've been playing with Pink for 15 years. And I started doing music clinics for drummers in 1991. After doing about 1,000 of those, I quit the band to become a corporate motivational speaker. That is what I do. I grew up in a Reformed Jewish household in Woodland Hills, Canoga Park, California. Judaism was always in the background of my life because there was a lot of cultural association. It wasn't a daily practice. My mother and my father were always involved in every Jewish organization, so it was almost like their presence that influenced me culturally. I had some wonderful times growing up in the Jewish youth groups. When I was going to Hebrew school and as I got a little bit older and got close to the bar mitzvah age and a little bit after that, then I became more culturally involved. I would attend a lot more Jewish events, mainly because it was really, really fun socially. The first time I ever played drums live at 9 years old was 4th grade for my Hebrew school. I will never forget the sound of the drums in the room and the excitement of playing drums live for people in my Hebrew school. I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan when I was probably 2 years old. I saw John, Paul, George, and I saw Ringo, and something resonated deep inside, and I saw all the screaming girls, and I was in, and all I wanted to do was play drums. My mother was like, the nice Jewish mother said, "You can't play drums, they're too loud. Can't you play a quiet, nice instrument like your brother Randy who plays violin?" So I ended up growing up playing cello, but eventually they couldn't suppress my passion any longer, and they finally bought me a drum set when I was 9 years old. I give them so much credit and so much love for the fact that my room next to theirs, I was playing drums 24 hours a day. I played in a band when I was 9. I played in a band when I was 12. The night of my bar mitzvah, I had my first professional gig. I had my bar mitzvah during the day. I was more excited to play my first professional gig that night. I was in it deep. I performed at my own bar mitzvah with my own little band. The truth is, I believe that we are born in this lifetime with certain proclivities. Drums chose me. There was no rebellion. There was no other focus for me. Music was always the biggest part of my life. That's what mattered to me more than anything. I spent all of my spare time playing music, studying music, and immersed in music. With my Jewish life, we would play music a lot. I played guitar as well, so I'd play guitar and we'd sing. And my parents thought it was just a hobby for me. They said, "That's great. You're going to be an architect. You're going to be an accountant. You're going to be a dentist. You have a high IQ. So this is just a passing phase." Well, at 20 years old, I quit college, and they were shocked. But they knew I was passionate. They knew I was so motivated and so devoted. I started making a living. And it was like, oh, my son's making a living. But I kid you not, until I was in my mid-40s, my mother always said, you should go get a teaching credential so you have something to fall back on. And my answer was always, why would I want to fall backwards when I could move forward, Ma? In Judaism, sane parents want their kids to do better. The upward mobility is a very big part of our culture. They just cared that I had success in what I was doing, and they knew that I was very happy. God bless them. They were incredible when it came down to negating their own instincts about upward mobility and really promoting and supporting what I did, regardless. After 32 years of touring, now I'm a motivator and I speak on the power of attitude. One of the strongest components of attitude is gratitude. So I recognized early on the power of gratitude. And I think there were a couple of incredible moments that I had, like when I did my first big pop tour with Richard Marx. And our first show was a warm-up show playing for 1,000 teenage screaming girls. I felt like I was in the Beatles. And I was just overwhelmed with gratitude and joy. I intuitively knew from a very early age that there was power in acknowledging gratitude. Because my parents were so supportive and allowed me and promoted me to live my dream, it's come full circle. And instead of my dad rolling around in his grave, I think he's smiling from above and going, wow, you really took everything that we gave you and you turned it full circle. And I play drums. I do what I call a rock show disguised as a keynote. When I speak, it really is all the things that I am. And all the things that I am is really based on what they gave me and what I created myself. It's really 50% nature, 50% nurture.